Urgent Dallas Cowboys FANS. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. All right, folks, today we're diving deep into the latest developments surrounding our beloved Dallas Cowboys. As we all know, NFL training camp has finally wrapped up, and what a whirlwind it's been. The Cowboys, like every year, are facing some tough decisions, cutting down their roster to the 53 players who will carry the team through the grueling regular season. It's never easy, and this year is no different. The Cowboys have built a roster that's packed with talent, but inevitably, some players have seen their hopes diminish as the preseason games have unfolded, especially after that intense finale against the New Orleans Saints. Now, the team has around 37 players on the chopping block, and the process of trimming this roster is always a strategic, nerve-wracking ordeal. Coaches and management have to consider not only talent, but also fit, potential, special teams contributions, and even salary cap implications. It's a chess game, and the clock is ticking as these players prepare for what could be their last moments in Dallas. But among this list of hopefuls, there's a particular story that's been catching the attention of fans, one that's filled with surprises and some expected disappointments. At the start of training camp, many of us expected veteran wide receiver Marquez Valdes-Scantling to secure his spot on the roster without much trouble. He's an 8-year NFL veteran, after all, with a reputation for speed and big play ability. He signed with the Cowboys after the draft, bringing experience and a proven track record of stretching defenses in the NFL. So naturally, fans were optimistic about his chances, especially considering the depth chart at wide receiver was looking promising but still open for a veteran to step in as a reliable target for Dak Prescott. However, as the preseason unfolded, the story started to shift. Valdes-Scantling, who once seemed like a lock to make the team, has been outperformed by some of the younger, less experienced receivers fighting for their spot. During the first 2 preseason games, his production has been minimal, just 1 catch for 10 yards, tying him for 9th on the team in receptions, and placing him 10th in receiving yards with only 14 yards total. Meanwhile, undrafted rookies like Camden Brown and second-year players like Jonathan Mingo have been making waves, outshining Valdes-Scantling in almost every category. Brown, in particular, has been a revelation. With 139 receiving yards, he has shown speed, route-running ability, and playmaking skills that have caught the eye of coaches and fans alike. Mingo, who has only 6 catches in his 2 seasons with Dallas, has already amassed 82 yards, more than double Valdes-Scantling's total, and looks like a player who's trending upward. Anthony Smith, another young receiver fighting for a roster spot, has also outperformed the veteran, with 46 yards and some impressive catches that showcase his potential. This isn't to say Valdes-Scantling isn't talented. He's proven himself across multiple teams, and his experience can be invaluable, especially in critical moments. But the NFL is all about roster flexibility and youth development, and the Cowboys have a deep pool of wide receivers this year. The team's depth at the position is actually quite remarkable. It's rare to see a roster so stacked with talent that a veteran like Valdes-Scantling might not make it, even if he's been a known name in the league for years. Here's where it gets really interesting. If Valdes-Scantling clears waivers, meaning no other team claims him, there's a good chance the Cowboys could keep him on the practice squad. That would be a big win for the team, giving them a veteran presence on the practice squad who can step up if needed. But the reality is, with Brown, Mingo, and Smith all impressing, the competition is fierce. It's a classic case of youth versus experience, and the Cowboys appear to be leaning toward giving the younger guys a shot to develop further. Now, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The Cowboys' roster decisions this year are reflective of a team that's trying to build for sustained success. They're not just looking for immediate contributions, they're also considering future potential. The depth at wide receiver is a testament to that strategy. They've invested in young talent like Brown and Mingo, and even though Valdes-Scantling brings a lot of NFL experience, sometimes the best move is to give the younger players a chance to grow and develop. But it's not just about wide receivers. The Cowboys have a lot of different battles ongoing: defensive spots, linebacker depth, offensive line stability, and the special teams units. Every position has a story, and every cut is a tough decision. The coaching staff, led by Mike McCarthy and his team of assistants, are evaluating every snap, every route, every play to ensure they're putting the best possible 53 players on the field come week 1. They're balancing talent, potential, character, health, and scheme fit. It's an intricate puzzle, and sometimes the pieces fall into place in unexpected ways. And here's a little historical context that's worth mentioning. The Cowboys have a storied history of making smart roster decisions, often choosing youth and athleticism to build a team that can compete deep into the playoffs. Remember the 2016 team that was built around a solid core of young players? Or the recent Super Bowl runs where draft picks and developing talent played a crucial role? This philosophy seems to persist, and the current roster is no different. They're clearly aiming to create a team with fresh energy and high upside, even if it means saying goodbye to some veterans who have contributed in the past. Now, no discussion about the Cowboys would be complete without mentioning the quarterback position, Dak Prescott. Dak has been a leader and a key piece in their offensive puzzle. His connection with C.D. Lamb has been one of the most exciting aspects of this season. The offensive line has shown resilience, and the running game, with Tony Pollard leading the charge, continues to be a strength. But it's all about the supporting cast, and the wide receiver core, including the battle for roster spots, is a significant part of that equation. Dak's success depends on having reliable targets, and the competition at wide receiver directly impacts how the offense operates in the regular season. Switching gears a little, let's talk about the coaching staff's strategic approach. Head coach Mike McCarthy and his coordinators have been emphasizing versatility and adaptability. The preseason games have been a testing ground for different schemes, formations, and personnel groupings. They want to see who can execute under pressure, who can make those crucial catches, and who can contribute on special teams. It's a high-stakes process, and every snap counts when it comes to making that final cut. One thing that's clear is that the Cowboys are confident in their core players: C.D. Lamb, Tony Pollard, Micah Parsons, Trevon Diggs, and the rest. These guys are proven stars, and they form the backbone of what this team is trying to build. But the margins for roster spots are razor-thin, especially for those fringe players trying to make an impression. It's a story of perseverance, grit, and sometimes heartbreak, as players give everything they have just for a shot to wear the star on their chest. Now, I want to highlight a couple of other intriguing battles happening behind the scenes. The linebacker core, for example, has seen some shifts. With veterans like Leighton Vander Esch and Damon Clark fighting for key roles, and some promising rookies trying to carve out their space, the competition is fierce. The defensive line is also looking solid, but depth is always a concern, especially with injuries and the need for fresh legs during the long season. And of course, special teams, we often overlook it, but it's an essential part of winning games. Players like Brian Anger at punter and the return specialists will be watching these final roster decisions closely. Special teams can often be the difference in close games, and teams usually keep a few versatile players specifically for those roles. As we look ahead to the regular season, the excitement is building. The Cowboys are poised to make a real statement in 2026. With a mix of experienced veterans and promising young talent, they aim to contend not just for the NFC East crown, but also for a deep playoff run. The roster decisions in these final days will shape their path, and every cut, every addition, has reasons behind it rooted in strategy, potential, and team chemistry. So to all Cowboys fans out there, I know it's a roller coaster of emotions. We're all eager to see who makes the final cut, who surprises us, and who might be heading to another team or the practice squad. It's a testament to the depth and quality of the roster that such tough choices are being made. We're witnessing a team that's not just trying to win now, but also building for the future, something every true fan can be proud of. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And so, as the final roster begins to take shape, one thing is clear: the Dallas Cowboys are on the cusp of something special. The talent, the depth, the strategy, they're all coming together at the right time. Fans are buzzing, predictions are flying, and the anticipation for Week 1 is at an all-time high. The journey from training camp to the regular season is always filled with drama, surprises, and moments that define careers. This year, it feels like the Cowboys are setting the stage for something bigger, something that could see them back in the playoff spotlight and perhaps, just maybe, chasing that elusive Super Bowl trophy once again. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys organization. Do you believe the veterans will hold on, or will the young guns lead the way? Are there any surprises you're expecting in these final cuts? I'll be back soon with more updates, insider info, and analysis, so stay tuned and keep riding with us through this exciting season. The Dallas Cowboys are ready to make history, and we're here to cover every step of the way. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Cowboys.